launch of SERB-SURE. This is a very important program, State University Research Excellence. So I request Professor Sandeep Verma, Secretary SERB, to welcome the audience.
S. Chandrasekhar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Chairman, SERB Board, Shri K.N. Vyas, Secretary, Department of Atomic Energy, and Professor M. Jagdish Kumar, Chairman, University Grants Commission, for the launch of an exclusive new program, SERB, State University Research Excellence, which intends to support R&D in state and private universities and colleges and self-financed institutions within these universities. These are the first structured steps in direction of reducing R&D disparities in these institutions and to bring infusion of the right financial support through competitive funding mechanisms. But before we start the formal launch of SERB-SURE, I would like to present the current status of SERB to our distinguished guests and colleagues from DST and SERB. Can we, is this already there? Yeah. So, sirs and ma'am, SERB, as you know, it's an autonomous body of Department of Science and Technology, which was formed through an Act of Parliament in 2008. And we have had a history of more than a decade in planning, promoting, and funding internationally competitive research in emerging areas of science and engineering. So at the moment, we have close to 17 program advisory committees, multiple programs that cater to major interdisciplinary research areas, which are directed towards institutions all across India, both academic as well as research institutions, where individuals are chosen through a comparative measure for R&D funding. So they can come individually or as a group. So what we also do is we set up high-end infrastructure through our IRFA calls, and 3 more recent initiatives have been in the form of cryo-electron microscopy,
close to 17 program advisory committees, multiple programs that cater to major interdisciplinary research areas, which are directed towards institutions all across India, both academic as well as
microscopy, energy, scalable energy storage devices, as well as antibody engineering. We also strive to bring synergy between industry and academic institutions for translation research. And finally, we have programs now for evolving and executing participation through international collaborative projects. Next. So we do all this and more through a totally digitized ePPMS portal of SERB that has gained quite a bit of appreciation across the R&D community, which caters to close to 175,000 registered researchers on SERB portal. In the last, say about 8 years, SERB has received more than 160,000 project proposals for evaluation, assessment, and delivery of results. And what we have also done more recently, sirs and ma'am, is create a unique identification document, because there was quite a number of duplicate submissions. So now we rely on SERB-SURE, which is a unique identity given to all 175,000 researchers, so that we can track their upload if there is any duplication, and we can track their submissions and tracking of their results. So that has made our lives a bit more structured, and I wish such kind of document or such kind of identity can be used across by other funding agencies to ensure duplicate ideas are not submitted across the funding sources. Next slide, please. So I would not go through the entire spectrum of the activities that we perform, which is revolving around research grants, fellowship and honors, empowerment and skill development, translation, industry, and foreign engagement. But I have just highlighted few of them. One is SUPRA, which is our flagship disruptive science research proposal program. We are also now doing supporting quantitative social science, where big data is involved in addressing social science problems. We have flagship fellowship honors such as J.C. Bose Fellowship, National Science Chair. For women researchers, we started POWER, which is promoting opportunities for women in exploratory research. It has gained quite a bit of importance, and it has, revolutionized the way we are supporting our female researchers. And we have interministerial engagement where we work with Ministry of Education. We are trying to draft an MOU with Ayush as well as MIT. In translation, we are working with industries. We have already a co-funding program with Intel, General Electric, and Applied Materials. Vajra Fellowship brings in foreign and NRI scientists as professors in our research institutions. And recently we launched SERB, which is for individuals who have done PhD in India to give them exposure abroad. That is SERB. Next slide, please. So with this, the footprint in brief are we are engaged in not only disbursing R&D grants in science, engineering, technology, and quantitative social science, but we also look at how to create future-ready programs, national centers and research facilities, interministerial missions, and academy engagement with INSA and INA, translation, gender parity, inclusiveness, as well as equity, and of course, fellowship and human resources are key components, and international connect I just mentioned that we do through Vajra program. So this is something in brief, and I would like to thank all of our distinguished guests in making time for us this morning and be with us for the launch of SERB-SURE. We deeply appreciate your interaction and also your motivation by being present physically in our program. And I request Dr. Praveen Kumar to continue, please.
Thank you, sir. The next item is the launch of SERB-SURE logo.
मेरे से करवा रहे हैं.
Let's have us to get it launched by Sir Dr. Shri K.
I have to press next, no?
Sir, just a minute. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sir, that's white one.
Yeah. Just to be full?
Yes.
Oh.
I just want to mention that close to 60 vice chancellors are connected to us with Teams link, so I just thought we should inform you about it.
Sir, thank you. I request Professor Jagadish Kumar, Chairman UGC, to kindly unveil the brochure, SERB-SURE brochure. Thank you, sir. And we always believe that, if anything happen, that has to be, in fact, reaches our target, sir. So the next item is, in fact, launching the call for application for SERB-SURE. So I request Chairman to kindly launch or release the online call for proposal for SERB-SURE. Thank you, sir.
Computers here.
These are like this.
This is in Hindi version.
Sure. You can take all of it.
It is launched now,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so finally ready.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. And invite Secretary DSP and Chairman SERB to address the gathering. Please.
Friends who are online, the Vice Chancellors of various universities, and also friends who are watching us live. I'm told more than 2,000 viewers are currently seeing us on the YouTube. Greetings to our two dignitaries who have come today to grace this occasion, Vyasa and Jagdish Kumarji. Thank you for your time and seeing that SERB launches this very important program. We are all aware that while India has been doing exceedingly well in science and technology, we have few challenges, such as where we were not able to bring in the state university ecosystem into the mainstream science and technology, and most of the universities have stuck to the basic teaching as their principal activity. This SERB-SURE program would certainly enable all the state universities to pitch in for proposals where they will not be competing with IITs and national institutes, but this will be within the university ecosystem. This would give them a fair chance to see that they could get grants from SERB, which has been spearheading all our competitive grants in the country for the last 12 years. This would make sure that Indian university ecosystem will start growing, and I'm sure very soon they will catch up with the national institutes and IITs. While the national education policy very clearly emphasizes that it is the need of the hour and how we could really bring in the university system into mainstream research, we have been talking of how the research investments into our ecosystem will grow up, and this national education policy also addresses on how we'll bring in more and more researchers. We also have seen many times that the number of researchers per million population in our country is lower than the developed nations. So this will also enable many young faculty from state universities to pitch in, get some grants, and see that they also start publishing in international journals, and our rankings will go up globally. This establishment of the National Research Foundation, which is also at the corner, also has been advocating that this NRF will bring in not only the main sciences, but the social sciences and other allied areas to make sure that we all work together to make India one of the world leaders. We also have seen many indicators of the Indian ecosystem. The gross expenditure on R&D, we have been talking of about 0.7% of the total GDP and how we should take it to 2%. This would be possible as our state universities excel in research and more startups and small industries will start investing into R&D ecosystem. That would be a big boon for our country. While our publication record and patent record is on par with the global standards in numbers, but I think in quality we need to improve a lot, and I'm sure this coordination between the university system and research ecosystem will make sure that India would really leapfrog into the front 2-3 countries in the near future. SERB-SURE is going to be a stimulus to the latent potential of our vast innate R&D ecosystem. SURE will seed new research opportunities at various state universities and other higher education institutions and propagate scientific temper in faculty and students of our state universities. I'm so delighted that Chairman of the University Grants Commission is with us today, and he has assured us that SERB is connected to all the 1,000 odd universities on single platform, that SERB continue to work very closely with the university system. I congratulate Sandeep Verma and his entire team for making this possible. Congratulations, Sandeep. All the best.
Thank you, sir. I request Chairman UGC, please address the audience.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chandrasekhar. And let me also extend a warm welcome to all the university vice chancellors who have joined. I'm sure many of you might have met me in some online interaction or the other in the past. I would like to congratulate Professor Sandeep Verma for taking up this new initiative of SURE, State University Research Excellence. Our state university ecosystem has enormous potential. You also know that close to about 45% of our universities are located in rural setups. Nearly 60% of our 45,000 colleges are located in rural backgrounds. It is very important that we provide opportunities for them to do research. Funding, of course, is one necessity, definitely. But beyond funding, we also need to create awareness among our young faculty on the funding opportunities that are available. We need to train our students and young faculty in writing successful project proposals, how to manage their projects, and how to go through the complex process of procurement, purchases, and so on, and spend the funds that they get effectively before the project deadlines so that the project objectives are achieved. Many more such things need to be done, but it all depends on the university leadership. As leaders of the universities, you need to create this kind of ecosystem in our universities and colleges, and the funding that you will get from SERB will definitely provide the kind of support that you are looking for doing state-of-the-art research. We will continue to work with SERB, and we will invite the SERB experts, including Professor Sandeep Verma, to talk to our university vice chancellors on UGC platform frequently, so that some of this information can be shared with you, so that in turn you will share this information with your colleagues in the university system. Recently, UGC has also given guidelines on establishing R&D cells in every university. That is the first step that all of us have to do. And if you have any difficulties, if you need any guidance in setting up the R&D cells, please do not hesitate to contact UGC. We will be very glad to help you in that direction. To conclude, I would like to again emphasize that we will be very happy to work with SERB and DST to make sure that the research ecosystem in our universities is strengthened. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Sri K.N. Vyas, Chairman AAC and Secretary DA, to have your valuable words to the audience, please.
Thank you very much.
all the respected dignitaries present, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Secretary DST, Professor Jagdish Kumar, Chairman UGC, Professor Sandeep Verma, and all other dignitaries present, offline as well as online. Number one, it is a good thing that I somehow had a chance to have a meeting with Dr. Chandrasekhar today, and I had some another engagement, and I am thankful that that engagement has also been postponed, and as a result of that I am able to attend this function. Number one, I am very much thankful to Professor Sandeep Verma, who gave the very brief outline of SERB activities, and I find that this is a much larger version of what we do at Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, BRNS, Nuclear Studies. This is what we do at DAE. So I congratulate DST for conducting a much wider horizon and much wider program, and I understand the difficulties and the challenges DST would be facing in execution of the program. I picked up a couple of points. I feel we would like to introduce something in our BRNS program as well. Other suggestion which I am trying to take a hint from what Professor Jagdish Kumar said, majority of the state universities, they are having more connect with the rural background. My suggestion is whatever research projects that you try to take up, if it can be of not really the blue sky research type of a project, and if it can be grounded with the needs of the people, local industry, local farmers, it would be much better. And this is what I have found, that many a times even a small tweaking of the already available technology, if some additional work is put into that, it can make the system much more efficient and much more useful to the society at large. Only one suggestion I would like to make to all the university vice chancellors is please be systematic in guiding your younger colleagues, and it is they who are going to really take our nation forward, and wish both SERB and all the members of this particular fraternity all the very best. Thank you very much. Once again, I am very much grateful to Dr. Chandrasekhar for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next in the order is the release of research highlights. I request Secretary DST to do the honors, please.
I think all of us can do together. Come, Madam ji. कितना टेप डाल दिया? सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक तो बैन किया।
पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा।
Come. Hold it.
Come here, Mr. Please.
Thank you, sir.
All the engineering.
This is for engineering.
Very good.
Thank you, sir. And next is the launch of the new modified, revised website of SERB. So the entire the structure has been changed. Now we have the new SERB site, serb.gov.in. So I request Secretary DST and Chairman SERB to kindly launch the website, please. Just
Ready?
Just a minute, just a minute.
I think typical challenges for the computer. He's going to Firefox.
Sir, yeah, sir. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Both of us press
Yeah.
parallelly.
Sir, both the versions, Hindi and English versions are ready. Everything.
You give this particular thing on.
The internet is a bit slow here, so Hindi is not effective.
To do because that's why it's autonomous. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, thank you. And I invite Professor Sandeep Verma, Secretary SERB, to have closing words. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Praveen. It's my pleasure and duty to thank Secretary DST, all the Vice Chancellors who have joined us online, and viewers who are looking at the streaming link through YouTube platform, my colleagues from DST as well as from SERB for their physical presence this morning for the launch of SERB-SURE. And I think we have got a lot of good ideas, including, how these things, how this program should be operated. We will take all this forward, including the invitation to work together with UGC and also share our experiences with BRNS. We'll be very happy to connect with you. With these words, I thank all of you for your presence. We look forward to the success of SURE, so that the results and the kind of hard work that we have put in for last 5-6 months under the direction of our chairman would come to fruition, and we would really look forward that this program benefits the colleagues who are in state universities, state and private universities and colleges. So thank you all very much. Have a great and a very pleasant day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Before breaking for tea, a small memento for the dignitaries.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first guest here.
Yes, okay.
Thank you very much.
Love it. Ma'am, please. Yeah. Yeah.
Finance.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We invite all to the high tea, please. Yeah.
Also thank all the friends who joined online.
And also, yeah, sir.
So thanking all the vice chancellors, leaders of all universities who who joined this morning. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions about SERB-SURE, please feel free to drop me a line and we shall be able to respond. And maybe you can tell your colleagues already that the call is open. They can go through SERB portal, register themselves, download the format and start working on their brilliant ideas. Thank you so very much for joining. Have a great day.
So we'll ask someone to talk to you.
Yeah, we'll get.
आपको गाड़ी में लगा देंगे।
SERB-SURE.